I'm Lise Leblanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and today I'm talking about some things that are really common in female covert narcissists, but are very rarely talked about. These 10 things that I'm about to describe are not symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder. However, they can help you identify toxic patterns that are associated with covert narcissism. One thing I do want to mention first is that if any of the things I'm about to describe happen on occasion or in isolation, then it's not indicative of covert narcissism and more likely due to other issues, which you can learn about by clicking on the link above. In no particular order, first is big arguments over nothing. Female covert narcissists are masters at making a mountain out of a molehill. They are constantly catastrophizing and talking about all the worst case scenarios that you could encounter in any given scenario. If you try to help them see the positives, they quickly change the channel back to the negatives. Always looking for what could go wrong, feeling threatened, and interpreting neutral signals as signs of real and extreme danger. They are not interested in your solutions to their self-created problems, but rather they're interested in having their victim narrative validated. So they create chaos and conflict at every turn and then accuse you of not supporting them through it. Second, it's a well-known fact that people with narcissistic personality disorder have various manipulation tactics. But when all else fails, the female covert narcissist will turn on the alligator tears, which is often accompanied by a faux angelic look. So if she is cornered, caught red-handed, or feels exposed in any way, she may resort to a dramatic display of tears and vulnerability. This emotional manipulation is designed to deflect accountability, evoke sympathy, and regain control. It's a tactic that can be particularly disarming, leaving you feeling uncomfortable continuing the conversation and uncertain about confronting her bad behavior in the future. Third, female covert narcissists often exhibit a pattern of chronic physical ailments, frequently complaining of unspecified health issues. These complaints usually dominate the relationship dynamic, serving to attract a constant source of attention and sympathy. While people can have legitimate chronic illnesses that don't necessarily have a clear medical explanation, the difference is that they don't use their health issues as a tool to manipulate or exploit others, or as an excuse to avoid responsibilities, or to overshadow all of your needs and concerns, or to act entitled to special treatment. Number 4 is avoiding guilt and shame at all cost. So whenever you challenge or confront her on something she said or done wrong, she will become extremely defensive to avoid accountability and to maintain her flawless victim facade. If you get an apology, it will be along the lines of, "Sorry, but you made me do it. Sorry, but I only did it because you did this other thing first." Typically, there will be no apology. Instead, she will deflect, deny, attack, and flip the script. So that in the end, she's the victim, no matter what. For example, let's say she yells in your face in front of your young children. When you later tell her that this was unacceptable, she may start by saying she shouldn't have done that, but she will quickly try to draw your attention away from the undeniable fact that she swore at you and demeaned you in front of your children to something that you said or did wrong, either in that same interaction or in the past. So despite the fact that you stayed calm, didn't do anything wrong, she will accuse you of something that you said or did in that interaction that caused her to behave that way. And in the end, she expects you to agree that she is the victim and you are the offender and to apologize to her. Number 5, while it's true that almost every relationship has chore wars, with a female covert narcissist, these challenges are taken to a whole other level, something to be argued about multiple times a day. And the fact that you do all of the outside work, let's say, does not lessen your indoor duties. Plus, she always has complaints and reasons why you also need to take on her tasks. She has a migraine, it's her period, it's a stressful day. And then to top it all off, she complains and criticizes the way you complete the tasks that were not yours in the first place. And if ever you're done the chores and you're relaxing, she will order you to do other chores, often guilting and shaming you in the process. In the case of narcissistic personality disorder, you will often see OCD level expectations when it comes to how things must be done. The quality of your work and your efforts will never be good enough. And every little task is made far more complicated than it needs to be. No matter how hard you try, you are under constant scrutiny, being treated like a 2-year-old child who is completely incompetent and incapable. Number 6 is emotional reasoning. You can never resolve disagreements because you're not arguing facts, but rather emotions. You just can't understand what they're trying to say. And if you start to make sense of it, new facts are introduced or the topic is changed to something else. This constant shifting of topics and introduction of new facts serves to confuse and frustrate you, making it nearly impossible to have a productive discussion. Number 7 is emotional blackmail. This could include empty threats to end the relationship. She might pack her bags and then come back a few hours later or days later. It could also include threats of self-harm, damaging your reputation, all to create an atmosphere of fear and insecurity in order to gain control over you and over the relationship dynamics. Number 8 is refusing to talk and work through issues. So there is no opportunity for mature discussions, but rather just stonewalling. So if you try to communicate your needs, feelings, or concerns, she gives you the silent treatment or withholds affection to manipulate you. Number 9, a female covert narcissist is highly critical of others with little to no concern for that person's particular situation. They have no ability to put themselves in other people's shoes, despite their claims of being so highly empathetic, and despite the fact that they expect everyone to be empathetic towards them. A very large percentage of your discussions with a covert narcissist will revolve around you listening to them judge people. It could be neighbors, family, friends, random strangers, and of course, you will probably have become her main source of complaints. And then she'll be complaining about you to the same people she's complaining to you about. Number 10 is isolating you from friends and family. So for example, she will accuse your male friends or family members of inappropriate behavior towards her. Then you cut that person off, but then it happens over and over again. There's always a valid reason why you can't associate with this friend or that family member until one day you realize that you look around and there's just no one left in your life other than her and her flying monkeys. Again, I just want to remind you that if your partner does a few of these things on occasion, it doesn't mean that they are a covert narcissist. But if they are doing a lot of these things consistently, then I would strongly suggest that you reach out to a therapist who specializes in narcissistic abuse. If you found this content helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and to learn more about the tactics of a female covert narcissist, please click on the link above.